opportunity to get them answered. So thank you, Tim.
Oh, thank you very much.
Then moving on, our next presentation is a video from Maple Hollow as well as Sunrise Metalworks. I think we're going to run them back to back. So just you can watch, and then we'll come back with Ingram from the farm table.
Hi, I'm Joe Polak from Maple Hollow. I own Maple Hollow along with my wife Barbara. There are other folks that work here as well that you will see or talk with on the phone. Cindy, Chad, Joanne, Linda. That's the main crew that's working here now. Some of the things that we offer are Polytanks. This is one of the smaller ones. They do come smaller than 35 gallons, and they come larger up to 1,000 gallons. We sell Lapierre tubing. Lapierre makes their own tubing. That's what's unique about Lapierre's tubing. It is high quality, but they offer lots of options. This is 15-year Ultra, which is the most flexible. 15-year Max, which is one of the newer offerings and a real good bargain. 10-year Max and rigid tubing. Occasionally people like rigid, don't recommend it. And then farther over, we have the 3/16" tubing, both 10-year and 15-year. If you're setting up a small system and want to put vacuum to it, this is a gas-powered diaphragm style vacuum pump that'll work with 1,000 to 1,400 taps, as long as you have a tight system, no problem. Similar are electric units. Smallest one is good for 400 taps. Next one up will do twice that, we'll do 800 taps. Again, you need a very tight system, but you do not need a releaser with these units. So it works for small bushes and doesn't get too excessively pricey. With the tubing, we also offer Lapierre's mainline. Most options, most producers like the blue mainline. They do also make a black, but with the mainline, then you need wire. You can use either high tensile wire or a number 9 wire to attach the mainline to it. When setting up an evaporator, we recommend using arch board. This works as an excellent insulator. It's used in professional boilers, and then a brick in front of it to protect it from the firewood. If it's a wood-fired evaporator, that's a good system. One of the companies we sell for is TNT. They make an excellent arch, one of the largest heavy-duty arches on the market for small evaporators. He also makes welded pans. He does smokestacks, whether they're base stacks or standard stack, galvanized stainless steel, so we can have it made to your specifications. We also offer some used equipment. We do occasionally have used evaporators, some used stacks. You'd have to call to see what's available. Back with Lapierre, Lapierre makes a number of different evaporators, different styles, as well as sizes. This is a Lapierre Junior. It has a 5-inch raised flue. Works exceptionally well for a 2x5 and a 2x6 unit. The next one is Lapierre Classic. Again, it's wood-fired, bigger, higher quality valving. Looks a little bit complicated, but once you have it set up, each one of those valves and tubes have a function, and they work well for operating your evaporator. The newest Lapierre evaporator is called the Vision. It is less pricey than a lot of their equipment, but what it does have is a sight glass in the door. The door also is air cooled. The air is pulled right through it. The pan is one pan, flat pan in front with dividers, and accordion style flues in the back pan. Again, everything is stainless on this unit, so it's going to last you a long, long time, but it is priced right. Other things that we sell here at Maple Hollow are tools, mainly for tubing, but there are other tools as well. This is the Line Viper, probably and I'm sure it is, the best one-handed tool on the market today for putting tubing and fittings together. If you are doing any amount of tubing installation, you would want a two-handed tool so you can put your tubing in, cut it off, and insert the fitting. This one is made by Chamberlain. This is the high-end tubing tool, much lighter than that one, has bearings, so it does the same thing, but it's easier to use. The other benefit here is these tools will work both for 3/16 inch tubing and 5/16 inch tubing. If you do use a one-handed tool, then you'll need clippers of some sort for cutting your tubing. This one works very well, not much weight there. You can attach it to a lanyard so you don't lose it. It's an easy way to do your tubing cutting. You need to attach your wire to the main line. Wire twisters, both manual and automatic, are indispensable. This tool is just for cutting main line. If you're putting in your fittings for T's and Y's and you have to cut the main line, this makes it extremely easy. Another thing that we offer is Defolmer. It's a recipe that we have made specially. It's all vegetable oil, so it can be used, but it works extremely well. One drop at a time takes care of your foam issue. We also offer a number of different options for the hobby producer with Sap Sacks. This is a PVC holder, a rotor groove down here, a double hole here, so it locks right onto the spout on the tree. This is called Sap Meister. It's made by a young man. It actually stays on the spout. You just tip it like this to pour the sap out into your bag, into your bucket. And then we have the old-fashioned metal holders made here in Wisconsin, extremely well made compared to some of the others that I'm seeing on the market. On our store, we sell standard glass, a lot of specialty glass, of which you can see part of it right now, but we also have maple leaves and glass cabins. The list just goes on and on. We also sell labels for the containers. Some people like to buy those types of labels and then add their address to it. We can also print special labels for people. Over here are fittings for 3/16 inch tubing. Down the way are fittings for 5/16 inch tubing. Pretty much anything you could imagine for tubing, we're going to have it. We also offer releasers as well as water traps for your vacuum system. These are filter presses, two of the smallest ones on the market. This happens to be a 5-inch press with a hand pump. This is a 7-inch press with a hand pump. And then they get larger and larger and larger. But for a smaller producer that's tired of using the flat filters or the bags, this is the next step. I mentioned on another video that we sell Sunrise equipment. I won't talk about that at any length, but this is a Sunrise evaporator. We also have a lot of gift type items that are maple related. We have some glassware that is hand painted and fired individually, but after each color, yet the price isn't too bad.
We have over there a mailbox made out of stainless steel. If you want to advertise that you are a maple producer, that's a super way to do it. A little farther on, we have books of all kinds, how to make maple syrup, how to install tubing, cookbooks, lots of information. The reason we're here is to share that information with you. It's my goal and the people that work here, it's our goal to help you make a good product, maybe to make it faster, but certainly to make it more enjoyable. And that's why we work with the companies that we're working with. They make good equipment. It stands up a long time and it makes your job or your hobby much easier. Thank you. Hi, I'm Joe Polak from Maple Hollow. One of the companies we sell equipment for is Sunrise Metals. This is an evaporator made by Sunrise. It's quite small, but it evaporates sap very quickly for its size. They have a lot of things figured out, high quality fittings everywhere, stainless everywhere, top to bottom. The evaporator arch itself is ready for forced air. You can add it right away. You can add it later. It's going to work well either time. Float box for the sap coming in is on this side. You can get it with a standard drop flue pan, a standard raised flue pan, which is 8-inch flues, or you can order it with 16-inch flues. That's both drop and raised. Each one, of course, gives a different rate of evaporation. When you have that, after that, you can put on a Sap Raider, which is another flue pan on top that will use air in the pan and use the heat from below to evaporate some more. Works extremely well. The ones that I've sold to customers are very, very happy. Another option is a tank that you can put as a draw-off tank, mix filter aid into that, or buy it with the rack and put a cloth on top to pre-filter. Those have been very popular. Another option is to put an RO in front of the evaporator. Sunrise also sells small ROs. This happens to be a 250 gallon per hour unit. They also sell them larger and as small as 75 gallons per hour. So it's a good entry-level RO for a small producer, and they work very well. Very few problems with them. Another machine that they make is this candy cream machine. It has an electric element attached that you can set your heat. So you put your syrup into it, set the heat you want, and you can use it to dispense cream after it's stirred or candy. It's also excellent for making barbecue sauce, jams and jellies. There's a number of products that you can make with this one machine. So it's really one of the most versatile machines I've seen on the market today for maple. On this side, we have some reheating units that Sunrise manufactures. These are water jacketed tanks, and you can set them up with an electric element or with propane. The stand underneath will accept either propane or the element. This is the smaller one. Filter rack is an option if you want to filter into it. If you're using a filter press, then you don't need that. And, the shelf on the stand's adjustable. Add a valve here and you can fill your containers off the bottom. This is a larger version of the same unit. Sight glass in front, thermometer, and an option is this foot-operated fill switch that you can put your container under
And rather than bother with the standard filling valve, you can just do it with a foot operated switch. It works very slick. Customers, again, are very happy with those units. They also make barrels. 40 gallon is the largest, 30 gallon, 20 gallon, and 10 gallon. And those are all available at Sunrise, and we sell them here at Maple Hollow.
Joe and representing Sunrise and Maple Hollow.